The book of Jonah, chapter 1. The word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai. Get up, go to the city of Nineveh and preach against it, because their wickedness has confronted me. However, Jonah get up to flee to Tarshish from the Lord's presence. He went down to Joppa and found a ship going to Tarshish. He paid the fare and went down into it to go with them to Tarshish from the Lord's presence. Then the Lord heard a violent wind on the sea, and such a violent storm arose on the sea that the ship threatened to break apart. The sailors were afraid, and each cried out to their God, while Jonah had gone down to the lowest part of the vessels and had stretched out and fallen into sleep. The captain approached him and said, "What are you doing, sound asleep? Get up, call to your God, and maybe this God will consider us and we won't perish." "Come on," the sailors said to each other, "let's cast lots. Then we will know who is to blame for this trouble we're in." So they cast lots, and the lot singled out Jonah. Then they said to him, "Tell us who is to blame for this trouble we're in. What is your business, and where are you from? What is your country, and what people are you from?" Jonah answered, "I am a Hebrew. I worship Yahweh, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land." Then the men were more afraid and said to him, "What is this you've done?" For the men know he was fleeing from the Lord's presence because he had told them. So they said to him, "What should we do to you so we can calm down the sea that against us?" For the sea was getting worse and worse. He answered to them, "Pick me up and throw me into the sea, so it may quiet down for you. For I know that I am to blame for this violent storm that's against you." Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to get back to dry land, but they could not because the sea was raging against them more and more. So they called the Lord and said, "Yahweh, don't let us perish because of this man, and don't charge us with innocent blood, for you, Yahweh, have gone just as you please." Then they pick up Jonah and throw him into the sea, and the sea stopped its raging. The men feared the Lord even more, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows. Then the Lord appointed a great fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah was in the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Chapter 2. Jonah prayed to the Lord his God from inside the belly. "I called to the Lord in my distress, and he answered me. I cried for help in the belly of Sheol. You heard my voice. You threw me into the depth, into the heart of the sea, and the current overcame me. All your breakers and your billows swept over me. But I said, I have been banished from your sight. Yet I will look to you more, toward your holy temple. The waters engulfed me up to the neck. The watery depth overcame me. Seaweed was wrapped around my head. I sunk to the foundation of the mountain. The earth with its prisons bar closed behind forever. But you raised my life from the pit, Lord my God. As my life was fading away, I remembered the Lord. My prayer came to you, to your holy temple. Those who cling to worthless idols forsake faithful love. But as for me, I will sacrifice to you with a voice of thanksgiving. I will fulfill what I have vowed. Salvation is from the Lord. Then the Lord commanded the fish, and it vomited Jonah onto dry land. Chapter 3. The word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. Get up, go to the great city of Nineveh, and preach the message that I tell you. So Jonah got up and went to Nineveh according to the Lord's command. Now Nineveh was an extremely large city, a 3-day walk. Jonah set out on the first day of his walk in the city and proclaimed, "In 40 days Nineveh will be overthrown." Then the men of Nineveh believed in God. They proclaimed a fast and dressed in sackcloth, from the greatest of them to the least. When word reached the king of Nineveh, he got up from his throne, took off his royal robe, put on sackcloth, and salt in ashes. Then he issued a decree in Nineveh. By order of the king and his nobles, no man or beast, herb or plant is to taste anything at all. They must not eat or drink water. Furthermore, both man and beast must be covered with sackcloth, and everyone must call out earnestly to God. Each must turn from his evil ways and from the violence he's doing. Who knows, God may turn and relent. He may turn from his burning anger so that we will not perish. Then God saw their action, that they had turned from their evil ways, so God relented from the disaster he had threatened to them, and he did not do it. Chapter 4. But Jonah was greatly displeased and became furious. He prayed to the Lord, "Please, Lord, isn't this what I said while I was still in my own country? That's why I fled toward Tarshish in the first place. I know that you are merciful and compassionate God, slow to become angry, rich in faithful love, and one who's relent from sending disaster. And now, Lord, please take my life from it. It is better for me to die than to live." The Lord asked, "Is it right for you to be angry?" Jonah left the city and sat down east to it. He made himself a shelter there and sat in its shade to see what would happen to the city. Then the Lord God appointed a plant, and it grew up to provide shade over Jonah, said to ease his discomfort. Jonah was greatly pleased with the plant. When dawn came the next day, God appointed a worm that attacked the plant, and it withered. As the sun was rising, God appointed a scorching east wind. The sun beat down on Jonah's head so that he almost fainted. And he wanted to die. He said, "It's better for me to die than to live." Then asked Jonah, "Is it right for you to be angry about the plant?" "Yes," he replied. Is it right? Is it right? I'm angry enough to die." So the Lord said, "You care about the plant which you did not labor over and it did not grow. It appeared in a night and perished in a night. Should not I care about the great city of Nineveh, which has more than 120,000 people, who cannot distinguish between their right and their left, as well as many animals?" This is the word of the Lord. Thank